Welcome to Oh God Beautiful, Kirtan, Meditation, and Inspiration with Yogacharya O'Brien and Swami Nirvanananda. If you have not already done so, please turn off your camera. This will support our bandwidth and remove any distractions. Today, September 19th, marks the 100th anniversary of Paramahansa Yogananda's journey to bring the transformative teachings of Kriya Yoga to the West. As he predicted, yoga has spread far and wide, awakened countless souls, changed the way we experience spirituality, and provided access to India's ancient wisdom for living a life of higher purpose, meaningful prosperity, happiness, and freedom. Our message at the Center for Spiritual Enlightenment emphasizes the potential for all to awaken and the importance of living a spiritually conscious life, the roots of which come from the teachings of Kriya Yoga brought to the West by Paramahansa Yogananda in the 1920s. Please consider offering a financial contribution. You will find a donation link posted in the Zoom chat, or simply text CSE to 44321. Yogacharya Ellen Grace O'Brien is the founder and spiritual director of Center for Spiritual Enlightenment, a Kriya Yoga meditation center headquartered in San Jose, California. She was ordained to teach in 1982 by Roy Eugene Davis, a direct disciple of Paramahansa Yogananda. Serving seekers of spiritual enlightenment from all walks of life for over 30 years, Yogacharya is an acclaimed teacher, poet, and award-winning author, and has received several community service awards, including the 2015 Mahatma Gandhi Award for the promotion of religious pluralism. Swami Nirvanananda joins us today all the way from Italy and is a longtime friend of Yogacharya O'Brien and CSE. Merging the spiritual science of Kriya Yoga with the devotional approach of Bhakti Yoga and the charitable path of Karma Yoga, Swamiji expresses unity in the diversity of many paths, all leading to the same goal of universal love and oneness with spirit. Swamiji has traveled extensively throughout Europe, the United States, and India for nearly 30 years, inspiring thousands with his beautiful kirtans and uplifting devotional music, while raising funds to support his extensive charitable projects. And now please welcome Yogacharya Ellen Grace O'Brien.
Thank you, Davy. I am so thrilled to be with you today on this tender and auspicious day as we reflect on the life and gifts of Paramahansa Yogananda that have been bestowed upon us. So let's begin with an opening prayer. Asatoma satkamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of truth. Lead us from the error of mistakenly identifying with the changing body and mind. Help us to realize that we are that divine immortal self, the light of lights that lights the mind and the body and shines into our world. Om, peace, peace, peace. Well, everything has been changing. So on this weekend, we have planned for some time, of course, events to be happening in our Temple of the Eternal Way. But through God's grace, here we are online, and we have some of the beautiful elements of that program that we had planned for you to offer you today, beginning in just a moment with the preview of a new composition of Yogananda's beautiful chant, "Oh God, beautiful." This is a new composition that was written by our beloved friend David Rhodes. And I want to say that this recording and this video came together during the pandemic, when, of course, the musicians could not be all together in the studio. And then on top of that, the fires, when David was evicted from his home and didn't have access to the studio. So through many obstacles, this beautiful music and beautiful video come to us today. I asked David for a few words of introduction about it. But first, I offer my deepest gratitude to David, to Prabha, to Barry, and to Justin Meyer for his studio, and also to Jim for the beautiful video. So David arrived at the center in 1989. And one of the first things he did was take Living the Eternal Way course, and it's eternal. We're still doing it this fall. So it's a beautiful way to come in the door. And he did. And he has been sharing his original music and kirtan with our community ever since. And we are profoundly grateful. And many of you know that he also is the architect who designed the renovation of our temple. Following years of composing, arranging, and performing instrumental music and releasing several recordings along the way, David's experience with kirtan opened him to writing and performing more vocal music with musical friends. A simple melodic phrase was the inspiration for this interpretation of "Oh God, Beautiful," with the song gradually revealing itself more fully through the musical arrangement, Prabha Pacey's heartfelt vocals, and Barry Phillips' lush string parts. Musical interpretation and arrangement of "Oh God, Beautiful" is by David Rhodes, vocals, Prabha Pacey, piano, David Rhodes, cello, Barry Phillips. And if you'd like to, this is part of a new CD that will soon be available. If you'd like to be notified when the CD comes available, you can sign up at moonbirdsmusic.com, moonbirdsmusic.com. So let these beautiful images and music begin our time together.
your feet I bow. At your feet I bow. At your feet I bow. At your feet I bow. In the forest you are green. In the mountain you are high. In the river you are restless. In the ocean you are Oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, so beautiful. Oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, so beautiful. Oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, so beautiful. Oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, so beautiful. At your feet I bow. 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 To the serviceful you are service. To the lover you are love. To the sorrowful you are sympathy. To the yogi you are bliss. Oh God, so beautiful. Oh God, so beautiful. Oh God, so beautiful. Oh God. At your feet I bow. At your feet I bow. At your feet. At your feet. At your feet I bow. I bow. Oh God, so beautiful. Oh God,
So much gratitude for that song and that video, and of course for the life that it represents. And today, as we gather and reflect and chant and meditate, let us bask in Yogananda's omnipresent, illumined consciousness. Contemplate his life, his mission, his mind, his heart of awareness, which is, of course, a yoga practice for purifying our own mind and realizing the truth. It's one that shows up in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra in the first chapter in Pada 1, verse 37. I'm going to read to you from Prabhavananda and Isherwood's translation of that sutra. Mental distractions to samadhi, the direct experience of oneness, can be removed by meditating on the heart of an illumined soul, one who is free from passion, meaning attachment to desires. Mental distraction to samadhi, the direct experience of God consciousness or oneness, can be removed by meditating on the heart of an illumined soul. So then they comment, let your mind dwell on some holy personality, a Buddha, a Christ, and in their tradition was Ramakrishna, so they say, or a Ramakrishna, but we will say, or a Yogananda. Let your mind dwell on some holy personality, a Buddha, a Christ, or a Yogananda. Then concentrate upon his heart. Then concentrate on his heart. Try to imagine how it must feel to be a great saint, pure and untroubled by sense objects, a knower of Brahman, God, or ultimate reality. Try to feel that saint's heart has become your heart. So today I pray that we will not only think about Paramahansa Yogananda and the teachings he brought, but we will feel his heart, his energy, and his blessings upon us. As we attune to his consciousness and celebrate the immeasurable gift of his life that he gave to us as students and as devotees of Kriya Yoga, and that he gave to America, that he gave to the world, let's reflect a little bit on the journey he made, what made it possible, not only for the establishment of Kriya Yoga in the West and worldwide, but what it made possible in our own life. If you're here today sharing this time with me, his life has in some way touched and perhaps even transformed your life. Studying his teachings and practicing the methods he gave will illumine your mind. It will remove the pernicious obstacles of laziness, doubt, and fear. You will find, I promise you, a new peace and an all-pervading joy that will sustain you even in the most difficult times. Paramahansa Ji taught many useful things: how to live a happy, healthy, balanced, and purposeful life, the power of the mind and the unshakable power of the soul, how to transform our will and free ourselves from bad habits, the blessing and the necessity of the guru-disciple relationship on the enlightenment path, what our life purpose is and how we can realize it. But the greatest teaching that he came to offer is the truth, and I mean truth with a capital T, the truth of what we are as unchanging, unbounded, divine, spiritual beings. And he came to reveal what God is as the ground of our being, that ultimate reality, which is the source and the substance of all. Not only to proclaim that truth, as many saints have done through the ages, but also to give us the key to that kingdom. The Kriya Yoga method for direct perception of God. So we can know it for ourselves, and nothing can ever take that away. The illumined sages of Kriya Yoga, the gurus in our lineage of Kriya Yoga, who sent Yogananda with that timeless treasure from India to give to the West, did so because they knew it would ultimately transform our world through individual and global awakening. In fact, they said it is the one thing that will make the change that we need. In preparation for this month of celebration of Yogananda's arrival, I have been rereading his seminal text, The Autobiography of a Yogi. And I've also been diving back into Phil Goldberg's book, The Life of Yogananda. And I encourage you, I challenge you, I even plead with you to do the same. If you're not already doing so, begin on this day a month-long immersion in his life and in his work. Read or reread his autobiography. Read Phil's book, The Life of Yogananda. Read my guru's book, Paramahansa Yogananda as I Knew Him. Read Dayamata's book, Only Love. Attend all of the satsangs and daily meditations at the center this month that are focused on his teachings. From Phil's book, The Life of Yogananda, we read about Yogananda's vision and his determination to journey to America, and about his father's resistance and ultimately his blessing. So, while we celebrate, I think it's important to have some sense of the sacrifice that his family made, and that, of course, that he himself made. Many of you have heard the story about how his father came to support him. This is a story about his father. When Mr. Ghosh learned what was going on with Yogananda, he reacted like, well, a father. What is this nonsense? And who is going to finance you? Yogananda answered like a monk, God. Father says, I am not going to give it to you. I never asked, said Yogananda. Then he added, like the son of an affluent and generous man, you can never tell. You may change your mind. Never, declared Mr. Ghosh. But he did change his mind, although change of heart would be more accurate. The next day, admitting he was wrong to react as he did, he wrote a check to cover the cost of first-class passage. Yogananda handed it back. He couldn't accept it, he said, if his father had been coerced by his words. Mr. Ghosh insisted. He had been adamant about not giving him the money because he didn't want him to go. He had, after all, lost his firstborn son already, and at 67, the thought of losing a second to a mission halfway around the world was hard to bear. Don't take it from your father, he said of the money, but from a student of Lahiri Mahashaya. Then he cried, when are you coming back? In 3 months, if the Americans don't need me. They needed him. The 3 months became 3 decades. And I want to read a little bit about his passage on the city of Sparta, the ship, the month-long, little bit longer than a month-long voyage across the seas. The city of Sparta left Calcutta on August 2nd with a cargo of mostly jute and tea, plus 61 passengers, including 11 Indians, Yogananda plus 10 students bound for American colleges. some returning missionaries, businessmen, and tourists, and 2 refugees from Armenia. On the ship's manifest under family name was written Mukunda Lal Ghosh. Under given name was Swami Yogananda Giri. His age was listed as 25, although he was actually 27 and a half. Under calling or occupation were typed the words Brahim, in charge. That was no doubt meant to be Brahmin, although Yogananda was not that, but the confusion was allayed with a handwritten professor. He was listed as an English speaker traveling as a British subject. Under race or people, the typed Bengali was crossed out and replaced with East Indian. It was stamped, legal entry for arranged residence verified, and written in script, these curious notations one under the other. Political opinions, not raising funds, not liberal, except on religion. He was good to go. And then his arrival. Before dawn on Sunday, September 19th, 1920, the city of Sparta floated into the sea-shaped natural harbor where the Boston Tea Party had erupted, and Hindu and Buddhist texts had also arrived on sailing ships, eventually to wend their way to Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau. Aboard the vessel, Swami Yogananda watched America grow closer. He felt alone and forlorn for a spell, but his mood was lifted by a vision similar to the one he had at Ranchi of American faces he called sleeping memories of friends once more to be. Yogananda ji came to fulfill his dharma, the higher purpose of his life. And that higher purpose was for him, as it is for every one of us, to give back, to give the greatest good that we have been given. That is how we enter life's supportive blessings, life supporting its own evolutionary flow. And this is how we maintain and remain undeterred by outer circumstances. We're not here for that. As my Guru Roy Eugene Davis would say, we're not here just to survive. We're here not to get or to receive or even to accomplish. We're here to give, and to give the best of what we have been given, the best of what we are, which is in its highest form, love itself. Today, we reflect on Paramahansa Ji's arrival here and the dharmic impulse that fueled his life and his mission, spanning nearly 3 decades here, touching millions of souls from then until now. I want to conclude this reflection now with his words, the poem that he wrote about his home, his heartland, India, which reveals, if we really listen to this poem, it reveals not only his love for such a spiritual land, but his dedication and his declaration of the gift beyond all gifts that he received there, and the revelation of his mission of divine love. This poem is the one that he so eloquently read on that fateful day at the banquet at the Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles, California on March 7th, 1952, when he left his body as he concluded reading the words of the poem. The concluding stanza in this poem is the final words that he spoke here on American soil. This poem is called My India. Not where the musk of happiness blows, nor where darkness and fears never tread, not in the homes of perpetual smiles, nor in the heaven of a land of prosperity would I be born. If I must put on mortal garb once more, dread famine may prowl and tear at my flesh, yet I would love to be again in my Hindustan. A million thieves of disease may try to steal the body's fleeting health, and clouds of fate may shower scalding drops of searing sorrow. Yet I would be there in India, love to reappear. Is this love of mine blind sentiment that sees not the pathways of reason? Oh no, I love India, for there I learned first to love God and all things beautiful. Some teach to seize the fickle dewdrop, life sliding down the lotus leaf of time. Stubborn hopes are built around the gilded, brittle body bubble. But India taught me to love the soul of deathless beauty in the dewdrop and the bubble, not their fragile frames. Her sages taught me to find myself buried beneath the ash heaps of incarnations of ignorance. Though many a land of power, plenty, and science, my soul garbed sometimes as an Oriental, sometimes as an Occidental, traveled far and wide, seeking itself at last in India to find herself, to find itself. Though mortal fires raze all her homes and golden paddy fields, yet to sleep on her ashes and dream immortality, O India, I will be there. The guns of science and matter have boomed on her shores, yet she is unconquered. Her soul is free evermore. Her soldier saints are away to rout with realization's ray the bandits of hate, prejudice, and patriotic selfishness, and to burn the walls of separation dark between the children of the one Father. The Western brothers by matter's might have conquered my land. Blow, blow aloud her conch shells all. India now invades with love to conquer their souls. Better than heaven or Arcadia, I love thee, O my India. And thy love I shall give to every brother nation that lives. God made the earth. Man made confining countries and their fancy frozen boundaries. But with newfound boundless love, I behold the borderland of my India expanding into the world. Hail, mother of religions, lotus, scenic beauty, and sages. The wide doors are open, welcoming God's true sons through all ages, where Ganges, woods, Himalayan caves, and men dream God. I am hallowed, my body touched that sod. As I read in this poem and really experienced his deep love for his homeland and what it represented to him, the gift of enlightenment, of God realization that he received from his gurus and the ancient lineage of sages that preceded them. And I was reminded of a story told by the mystic poet Kabir. The question is raised: if God and your guru should show up at your door, to which would you first bow? And Kabir says, I would bow to my guru, because without my guru, I would not see God. All praise to that guru who has opened our eyes. Om. And now Swamiji will lead us in some beautiful chants, and following that, a meditation.
I would like to start with the beautiful Song of India, written by the famous composer Rimsky-Korsakov, that Yogananda liked to play many, many times. Her hidden gems are rich beyond our dreaming. From hidden mountain caves thy light is streaming. O wondrous land, O land of India, and still the snowy Himalayas rise in tranquil majesty before our eyes, beyond the plains, above the pines, while through this never changing land, as silently as any sadhu band that moves at night, the Ganges shines. There we'll hear the song that only India can sing, softer than the plumage on Garuda Deva's wings. High upon a minaret I stand and gaze across the desert sand upon an old enchanting land. There's a Maharaj caravan unfolding like a painted fan. How small the little race of man. See them all parade across the ages. Armies, kings and saints from history's pages, played on one of nature's vast stages. The lonely plains fly off to greet the dawn, while down below the busy life goes on, and women crowd the old bazaar, where turbaned Sikhs and beggars line the street, and holy men in silently calm retreats pray through the night and watch the stars. All are in the song that only India can sing. India, the jewel of the East. This is the beautiful, wonderful prayer written by Yogananda. Prema, oh prema, 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 Yogananda, Sadguru Deva, Sharanam, prema, oh prema, 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 Yogananda, Sadguru Sadguru Deva Sharanam. May thy love shine forever on the sanctuary of my devotion. May thy love shine forever on the sanctuary of my devotion. May I be able to awaken thy love in our hearts, in our hearts. May I be able to awaken thy love in our hearts, in our hearts. Prema, oh prema, 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 Yogananda, Sadguru Deva Sharanam. Prema, oh prema, 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 Yogananda, Sadguru Deva Sharanam. May thy love shine forever on the sanctuary of my devotion. May thy love shine forever on the sanctuary of my devotion. May I be able to awaken thy love in our hearts, in our hearts. May I be able to awaken thy love in our hearts, in our hearts. Prema, 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 Yogananda, Sadguru Deva Sharanam.
Let us meditate together for a few moments now, opening our hearts and our minds to the infinite, recognizing that one life, one power, one presence that surrounds us and indwells us, the life of our life. Taking a breath and letting it out, and recognizing the breath of our breath, that which is breathing us, the heart of our heart, that which is called by many names, God, reality, truth, beloved, Father, Mother. When we meditate, as Yogananda has told us and shown us, we are meditating in God. That is our life. And so on this day, this very day, commemorating his arrival 100 years ago on the shores of America, Let us meditate upon his heart, heart of courage, heart of divine love, propelled by divine mission of love to bring liberation to all beings. So let your inner gaze be anchored at the spiritual eye. See Yogananda in your mind's eye. Contemplate his heart, his consciousness. As we bring our attention and awareness back to mind and body, let us for a moment be anchored in the heart center. And contemplate that beautiful prayer. May thy love shine forever. In the sanctuary of my surrender, devotion to God. And may I be able to awaken that love in hearts everywhere. Let us contemplate the heart of Paramahansa Yogananda on this day. And let that awaken in our own hearts the highest love, the highest devotion and dedication. Om Shanti Shanti Hari Om. Peace, peace, peace.
Good afternoon. The reading from Yogananda, been contemplating Yoganandaji's life in anticipation of this celebration, the many stories we've all read in Autobiography of a Yogi and heard from Yogacharya O'Brien's Guru Roy Eugene Davis. And this spoke most tenderly to my heart about the spirit and gift of Yoganandaji, his message and his life, and how it continues to reverberate through the ages. And this can be found in the collection of writings and talks by Yogananda entitled Where There Is Light. What you are is much greater than anything or anyone else you have ever yearned for. God is manifest in you in a way that God is not manifest in any other human being. Your face is unlike anyone else's. Your soul is unlike anyone else's. You are sufficient unto yourself, for within your soul lies the greatest treasure of all, God.
Paramahansaji is known as the Prema Avatar, the incarnation of divine love. So we celebrate his coming to the United States with this poem of his, The Coming of Love. What is love? I like to call this photo of him the gaze of love. And as you listen to his words, let yourself be held in this gaze of love. What is love? Love is the scent with the lotus born. It is the silent choirs of petals singing the winter's harmony of uniform beauty. Love is the song of the soul singing to God. It is the balanced rhythmic dance of planets, sun and moonlit, in the sky hall festooned with fleecy clouds, around the sovereign, silent will. It is the thirst of the rose to drink the sun rays and blush red with life. 'Tis the promptings of the Mother Earth to feed her milk to the tender, thirsty roots and to nurse all life. It's the urge of the sun to keep all things alive. Love is the unseen craving of the Mother Divine that took the protecting father form and that feeds helpless mouths with milk of mother's tenderness. It is the baby's sweetness, coaxing the rain of parental sympathy to shower upon them. It is the lover's unenslaved surrender to the beloved, to serve and solace. It is the elixir of friendship, reviving broken and bruised souls. It is the martyr's zeal to shed his blood for the well-beloved fatherland. It is the ineffable silent call of the heart to another heart. It is the God-drunk poet's heartaches for every creature's groans. Love is to enjoy the family rows of petal beings, and thence to move to spacious fields, passing by portals of social, national, international sympathy, on to the limitless cosmic home, to gaze with looks of wonderment, and to serve all that lives, still or moving. This is to know what love is. He knows who lives it. He knows who lives it. Love is evolution's ameliorative call to the far-strayed suns to return to perfection's home. It is the call of the beauty-robed ones to worship the great beauty. What is love? It is the call of God through silent intelligences and starbursts of feelings. Love is the heaven toward which the flowers, rivers, nations, atoms, creatures, you and I, are rushing by the straight path of action right, or winding laboriously on error's path, all to reach haven there at last.
I would like to sing this poem that I think reflects perfectly Yogananda's thought. It's called Don't Go Back to Sleep, Stay Awake. Don't go back to sleep, stay awake. Don't go back to sleep, stay awake. Feel the breeze at dawn blowing by your window. Feel the breeze at dawn blowing by your window. It is time to fill your heart with light. It is time to fill your heart with light. Amazing light. Don't go back to sleep. Do not fear. Don't go back to sleep. Do not fear. Hear the call of birds high flying in the sky. Hear the call of birds high flying in the sky. It is time to leave your cage behind. It is time to leave your cage behind and fly behind. Don't go back to sleep. Be aware. Don't go back to sleep. Be aware. The door of the one is open in your heart. The door of the one is open in your heart. There's no night today, no sun will set. There is no night today, Jai Guru, Om Jai Guru, Om Jai Guru, Guru, Om Jai Guru, Om Jai Guru, Om Jai Guru, Om Jai Guru. There's a beautiful poem written by Yogananda that is called Thou and I Are One. Thy peace and I are one, thy joy and I are one, thy wisdom and I are one, thy love and I are one, thy peace and I are one, thy joy and I are one, thy wisdom and I are one, thy love and I are one. I will love with the love of God. I will think with the thoughts of all. The hearts of all will be my heart. The souls of all will be my soul, and the smiles of all my smile. Thy peace and I are one, thy joy and I are one, thy wisdom and I are one, thy love and I are one, thy peace and I are one, thy joy and I are one, thy wisdom and I are one, thy love and I are one. I will float to the shore of bliss. I will sing through the voice of all, and I will preach in all temples, and I will pray in all prayers, and I smile through all thy smiles. Thy peace and I are one, thy joy and I are one, thy wisdom and I are one, thy love and I are one, thy peace and I are one, thy joy and I are one, thy wisdom and I are one, thy love and I are one. Let us close our eyes and just think that Guruji is sitting in front of us. How the light will shone from the Master. How the light will shone from the Master. How the light will shone from the Master. Master's eyes. How the light shone from the Master, how the light shone from the Master, how the light shone from the Master's eyes, how the truth shone from the Master, how the truth shone from the Master, how the truth shone from the Master's eyes. Why did they leave us to wander through endless summers? Why did they leave us to wander when there was no other? And my questions all were answered when the love shone from the Master, when the love shone from the Master's eyes. Om Sri Guru Yogananda, Om Sri Guru Paramahansa, Om Sri Guru Yogananda. Om Sri Guru Yogananda, Om Sri Guru Paramahansa, Om Sri Guru Yogananda.
My deepest gratitude to Swami Nirvanananda ji for joining us today on this occasion, this celebration, bringing such beautiful music and his heart. And I really want to thank everyone who has contributed to this day, and to thank you for being here and sharing with it. I was thinking about how one of the things that Yogananda taught us was the value of spiritual community, and how our spiritual family, our satsang, is a support for us on the path, an important aspect in our spiritual life. So even though today we have the Kriya Yoga diaspora, that we are not meeting in our physical location, still being virtual has allowed us to gather in new ways and to be together with devotees all around the world. So I know today there are many joining us outside of America and joining with us in this celebration of yoga coming out of India and to the West. We have an opportunity now for something very special in our program as well. One of the things that I have noticed over the years as I have studied, with my guru, Roy Eugene Davis, and learned from him what it's like to have faith in the teacher and the teachings and God and in oneself. I have seen the way that grace operates in our lives and brings beautiful things forth, beautiful occurrences, healings, and blessings. And our center and the whole ministry of Kriya Yoga has been that for me. It's one miraculous appearance after another. And so today we have the beautiful music video, the gathering, supported by the staff and the ministers and the teachers. And today we get to share with you a beautiful portrait of Paramahansa ji that is gracing our Temple of the Eternal Way at our headquarters in San Jose. So I want to tell you a little bit about it. And in just a moment, we'll get to visit the temple and to see that portrait. The portrait was painted by Reed Winfrey, a community member at CSE. And I really want to thank Reed for his heart, for his talent, and his willingness to offer this gift to our community, which he has done as a gift to us. I have a few words written by him about this experience of making the portrait of Paramahansa Yogananda. Reed writes, I've painted commission portraits for many years. I've often thought about making a painting for the center, but it seemed presumptuous to ask. So I was delighted when Yogacharya brought it up. I have a way of doing that. I came to the center in 2002 or maybe 2003, and it truly changed my life. So this idea was a good thing for me. Then I realized there might be a different kind of pressure with the painting. I mean, you actually have to make something special. And I got kind of nervous about it until I had done 2 or 3 studies of Yogananda and found myself surrounded by him. It was almost like having a voice in the studio saying, you're okay, you got this. I hope that anyone who visits the center will find that kind of gentle encouragement there and maybe see it in the painting. And the painting is now sitting up on the dais. In a moment we'll see it. It's going to be framed and put on the wall in the temple. And you can learn more about Reed and his work at reedwinfrey.com. Then I want to say, I feel this is the spirit of Yogananda, that he has graced the ministry in so many ways with the way that he graced Reed as he was painting. It's okay, you've got this. And I feel that is the blessing that his consciousness brings us, the confidence in the infinite, confidence in the gurus, in the path, confidence in God. So let's journey now to the temple and see this beautiful painting. I'm told that Reed painted it from a portrait that we had, from a photograph we had of Paramahansa Yogananda. And I'm told that the photograph was taken when he was visiting Niagara Falls. So let us see that beautiful painting. We all so look forward to the day when we come together in the temple again. And let us just think today, with the gift of this beautiful portrait, how Paramahansaji's image and his blessing await us there. Om Shri Guru Paramahansaji. We are so grateful for all the blessings, for the journey that you made across the ocean, for the gifts of India, of the sages of self and God realization that you brought to us and that you brought to the world. We conclude now today's blessing with Swami Nirvanananda ji chanting for us, as we like to conclude with, Oh God, beautiful. And I'll look forward to being with you again tomorrow. Om.
Oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful. At thy feet I do bow, at thy feet I do bow. Oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful. In the forest thou art green, in the forest thou art green, in the mountain thou art high, in the mountain thou art high, in the river thou art restless, in the river thou art restless, in the ocean thou art great, in the ocean thou art great. Oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful. At thy feet, oh, I do bow. At thy feet, oh, I do bow. Oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful. To the serviceful thou art service, to the serviceful thou art service, to the lover thou art love, to the lover thou art love, to the sorrowful thou art sympathy, to the sorrowful thou art sympathy, to the yogi thou art bliss, to the yogi thou art bliss. Oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful. At thy feet, oh, I do bow. At thy feet, oh, I do bow. Oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful. Hari Sundar, hey 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 Hari Sundar. Hey God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful, oh God, beautiful.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, Yogacharya O'Brien. And thank you all for joining today. Please join Yogacharya and Swamiji for Sunday Satsang tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. As Yogacharya mentioned at the opening, the video that was shared will become available. You can sign up to be notified when it is available at moonbirdsmusic.com. And the link is available in the chat. So let's conclude now with a brief blessing. We give thanks for the blessings of Kriya Yoga brought forth by Paramahansa Yogananda. We give thanks for the blessing of our eyes being open to God through Yogananda Ji's divine presence. May yoga continue to spread far and wide. May yoga continue to awaken countless souls for living a life of higher purpose and ultimate freedom. Om. Thank you. Have a blessed day.